Welcome again, 2022-23 Heart of America Athletic Conference Men's Wrestling Media Day. Cody Goodwin here from the Des Moines Register, and we're joined now by Central Methodist head coach Sam Schmitz and wrestler Trey Ward. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing great.
Good. Yeah, doing good.
Doing great. Coach, start with you. First year at this program, but definitely not a stranger to being a successful head wrestling coach at the college level. What's this transition been like for you after being at McKendree for so long? McKendree, right?
Yeah. I was at McKendree for 9 years. And I was a head women's coach, and then I was the head assistant for the men's team in Division II. So just transitioned to the NAIA and back to my roots. I was an NAIA wrestler back in the day. And taking over a men's program I think that just needed some leadership, needed some love. And it's just exciting to get here and just, kind of immerse myself in this culture and the program, and definitely the city, and get my family up here. And we're just excited to continue to get this thing off the ground. And it was exciting to get that, that first duel in and first tournament Sunday. And so, man, it's just been a lot. It's kind of taken I'm taking water from a fire hose a little bit, to start, but we're moving along and things are looking up. So we're just excited to continue through the season.
Absolutely. You built a powerhouse at McKendree. That women's program was something fierce. It is still something fierce, just with the foundation that you created there, that you built there. I got to ask, why'd you leave?
Man, I was just ready for a change. It very much. I got done with the national tournament, and I told my wife when I got home, I said, there was just something different about this one. It was, I stood there as we were getting trophies and kids are getting All-American plaques, and it just seemed like it was the end for me. And I knew that at some point in my career, I wanted to make a change and take on a new challenge. And it just felt like it was time. My kids are young enough that if we moved, they, it wouldn't be crazy, and I wouldn't have so many tears from them crying and being, leaving friends, that kind of stuff. So it just seemed like a good time and time to take on a new challenge. And my college wrestling coach is here. He's the vice president for athletics. So that was a big piece of it, to come, try to learn some things from him and get some more wisdom and be able to, run my own men's program where I can influence these guys and just be there and be at the helm on the day-to-day basis. And I was excited for that. And so, I think everybody thinks that, why, man, you won so much and why would you leave? And for me, it's not about those trophies and that kind of stuff. I just really want to challenge myself in my career and take different steps. And at the end of the day, I'm just excited to see how far we can take this thing.
Absolutely. After building McKendree into the powerhouse that it became, you get here, brand new spot. What is the most important thing, or what was at the top of your to-do list when it comes to, day one, new coach, new program? Like, what'd you do? Like, what'd you have to do to establish everything that you want to accomplish here?
The toughest part was just trying to figure out who was on the team, who was going to be here. I think, as many emails as I sent and phone calls, just trying to connect with a lot of these guys and just see, hey, are you coming back? And what's the plan? And, those kind of things. But at the same time, I think, a lot of people were pushing me to, hey, you need some, you need this transfer and you need this kid from junior college. And I kind of held off on a lot of that because I wanted to make sure that the foundation here was solid. I wanted to make sure these kids knew that, they have somebody that they can count on a day-to-day basis that is going to be there for them, willing to wrestle with them, willing to talk with them, willing to, just have conversations that, that they needed. And that was the biggest thing for me. I really wanted to give these guys a good experience and just make sure I was there for them when they needed me. And that was the most important thing, just being here and being involved with them and making sure that they had somebody they can count on. And that was the most important thing. And hopefully I'm doing that. I guess you can ask Trey if I am. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to make sure these guys have somebody that they can count on and we can keep moving forward.
Yeah. Now that you've been on the job for a few months, we're a month into the season now. What have you learned? What do you like about the guys so far? What have you seen?
I've learned that I got a lot to learn. How about that? I've learned that, no matter what, after building, a successful program and helping with a successful men's program at the last school I was at, I still have tons to learn. And that's really why I wanted to be here is I wanted to learn. I wanted to keep, sharpening my sword and figuring out what are the things that it takes to build a wrestling program and be a better coach on a day-to-day basis. So, I just want to continue to make strides and getting better so I can help these guys. And I'm excited for it. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, Trey, what was your first impression when Sam gave you the first call or first reached out to you?
So actually I first met Sam like coincidentally. I was walking towards like out the library or one of the buildings, and I was like, "Hey, are you the new wrestling coach?" That's going because last year was like it was very I would say traumatic, I guess, and it honestly kind of made me fall off with the sport a little bit, and I was scared to come back. But like Sam gave me that reassurance, and we were able to connect, and it built up my confidence a lot.
Yeah. What was his sales pitch? How did he get you to stick around?
I mean, I mean,
I think I just told him, hey, I'm here and I believe in you, and I think you got the ability to be great, and we'd love for you to stick around and keep wrestling, And he is right. I saw him walk into a building, and he kind of was walking past me and said, "Hey, are you the new wrestling coach?" And I didn't even know him. I didn't know a lot of these kids. I never really, a few of them I'd known from, just recruiting and meeting them, but yeah, I hadn't really met him. So it was kind of a chance meeting. And then we sat down in my office and talked, and I just reassured him like, "Hey, I'm here to help you. If you want to come back, I would love to be involved with your life and with your wrestling career." So
That's awesome. So then, Trey, like, how would you assess the way he's started to lay the foundation of his program these last few months and really this, this first month of the season or so?
It's very great. It definitely builds a lot of a lot of confidence, because he loves to go over like smaller things instead of just like, because like last year we were expected to learn, like already knows everything and stuff, so we weren't taught like the moves and stuff like that. So when Sam got here, he like broke it down, like started from the beginning, small steps, and it's really like we're learning positions a lot better, and it's building a lot. Like it's like a good foundation.
Absolutely. How have you seen like your teammates, take to that? I know every athlete learns differently, but it seems like, based on maybe the first performance, things are trending in the right direction. Yeah.
Oh yes, sir. So like so many people on the team from last year has gotten a lot better. I've seen it. We always talk about it as a team, and just again, the confidence is up to the stages. It's like a lot better than last year, 1000%. And like we know that we have someone that's here for us and wouldn't like risk our I mean, how would you say risk our competition? I mean, risk that for us or anything like that. That's pretty much it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know you guys got to compete this past weekend. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How would you guys, both assess the way that the team competed this last week? Because I'm scanning the results. It looks like there's some good things. I know you got to the finals, Trey. There's, some good things that were happening here, it looks like.
Yes, sir. One thing I had to learn is that, like compared to high school and college, a lot of guys really pride themselves on getting pinned and stuff like that. So I really wanted to like build my endurance of going through a whole match, and that's what I pretty much did throughout all my matches at that tournament. Was go through all kept my composure, stayed through the match, and like wrestled through, and no matter what happened.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think as a coach, I'm the wrong guy to ask, because I feel like we could have 10 finalists and I'm still like, hey, we didn't do well, so, but we did do well. And these kids, it's hard for them to get a new coach, in May, and try to, I'm trying to build that trust with them that they can trust. Hey, these are the things we're working on. This is how practices are going. You're prepared. You're ready. Step on the mat with some confidence. And I think there's just still that transition, but they're starting to really come along, and the biggest thing I noticed that we're in good shape, if we can guarantee that we're in better shape than everybody we wrestle, we're going to be able to have some success. And I think wrestling for 7 minutes hard and winning positions, and the kids are, they're doing a good job of hand fighting and scoring points. And I think we're gonna hopefully surprise some people. And I'm not gonna say we're gonna be chasing Grandview anytime soon, but we'll definitely surprise some people with just our fight and our ability to compete.
Absolutely. How much do you impress that message on the guys, every single day, every week, after competition, before competition, just to make sure you help set that foundation for that culture you're trying to build?
Yeah. And culture is a great word. And that's really, one of the things, like I said, that we got to work on is the culture here. We're trying to build the culture. We're trying to, get these guys to love each other and understand that they're going to fight together no matter what. And every day it's, I'm not worried about the results. There's no scoreboard in that wrestling room. I just want you to battle and fight and try to score points, and good things will happen. And, on the weekend, it's the same thing. So it's on a daily basis, just reminding them that, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to lose matches. You're going to get taken down. You're going to, you might end up on your back, but if you just keep fighting, good things will happen, and just keep moving forward, and we'll keep grinding through the season. And when the dust settles, we'll see where we land.
Also, like the environment has gotten a lot better as well too. Like with the fans coming out, because like I heard from recent years, we didn't get that many fans. But like with our first home dual meet, we had the stands up pretty much packed, and like everyone like people come to me throughout the day saying that they really they thought it was awesome, and they would definitely come to every home meet at that point. And it's just like I'm just thank you for coming out. And this is it's very happy to it's very.
It's been a lot better. It was a fun environment that first duel. It was fun.
Yeah, Trey, I know that athletes like to, tune that stuff out, focus on the match, focus on the next position and whatnot. But can you feel that energy? Like when that crowd's back there, you're on the mat. Can you feel that out there?
Yes, sir. Yeah. And just before the match, just see all the support that we have. It's just you love it. With that support, it builds up confidence for your matches and for you to win.
It was good. It was awesome. It was really awesome.
Good deal. Coach, I know you've got one competition in, about a month into the season now. I know you've gotten a chance, over the last few months to really get to know these guys. Talked about Trey's success this past weekend. Who else has kind of stood out? Who else has impressed so far? Who do people need to keep an eye on this coming year?
Eli.
Yeah, man, we got a kid that these guys wrestled in the finals. Eli Hines is a state champ out of Oklahoma, out of Broken Arrow, and him and Trey wrestled in the finals of the tournament this last weekend. It was a good match, and they go back and forth. Trey and I were walking over here just talking about it, that how good they are for each other to really give a challenge in the room and get a different look, and I couldn't have asked for a better freshman to come in and be able to compete right away. He's a great kid, quiet, works hard, great student. And so he's definitely an awesome addition to the team. I think, our little guys, we got Jason Shaw down at 133 pounds he's a sneaky one. You get on his legs, he's gonna be able to make some things happen. And as well as Colton King, our 25 pounder, he's a Missouri state champ and has kind of come along over the last few weeks and really has some high hopes for his season. We got Donald Griffin, who is a transfer from Lindenwood University. He's wrestling 65 for us. That he's in there scrapping and battling and making some moves, and we're excited about him too. But definitely our heavyweight, Brendan Shelton, was our only national qualifier last year. He's from Michigan, and he's excited to have a better year and not just qualify for that national tournament, but find a way on the podium. So, we got some good kids, and there's plenty more too. But we got some good kids, and they're buying into what the process is, and they're buying into each other, which is a huge piece of it. And we're just excited for what we can try to accomplish.
Absolutely. One competition in, I know it's a long season for you guys, but coach, last question for you. What is the most, as somebody who's done this, who's built a program up, what's the most important message that you stress now that these guys have a competition under their belt and you guys move forward through the rest of the year?
We got to continue to take care of our bodies and continue to just fall in love with the process. I think the process is the most important part of it. I think if we are so worried about the results, we can get discouraged. And also if we're worried about continue to worry about the results and we're having success, we can kind of rest and think that we've figured it out, and we never will figure it out. I don't think any wrestling coach will say that they got it figured out. And so, we got to trust the process. We got to fall in love with the process, the day-to-day, controlling your weight and continuing to work on, taking care of your body and working on the little positions that'll win wrestling matches, staying in position, hand fighting hard, getting hands on bottom, getting to your feet. I mean, just the simple things. And if we can fall in love with the process and enjoy it every single day, I think we'll have a good season, and we'll be able to build a program that people will be talking about and hopefully worried about one day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sam and Trey, that was all the questions I had for you, unless there's anything else you guys wanted to add.
No, just thank you for chatting with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate the time, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.